thinking we'll start with the individual first. Right. So we're gonna start with the individual first.
What is it?
Oh, sorry, the Harris one.
Yeah.
What was the case number?
1347.
Thank you.
Count 25009.
Sorry, Harris is the agent.
It's on the last page, page 5.
Everybody's an affidavit today. I could have worn shorts.
Glad you agreed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something I was.
Got it.
Thanks for not-
16.5 pound brisket.
Yeah, you better stop that raw and stop by. We know where you are. We're gonna stop by around 5 o'clock at Amy's house.
It's already cooked or it's cooking now?
I just started.
Ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Call to order the appraisal review board for the Aransas County. It is July the 17th at 8:45. We are open for protest. First protest hearing will be to open the hearing on case 2021-1347. Count 25009. This hearing is being recorded.
The affidavit says Q1, Q2 only, but the paperwork here also has Q6 and Q11.
Okay. We are the appraisal review board that will be hearing the protest today. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of the protest. Protester has the right to appeal their decision. Appeal information will be provided to the protester with our determination. In accordance with tax code section 41.45, all written material is assumed to have been provided with the affidavit. The ARB members who are considering protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and signing affidavit to that effect. I, Charles Travis, do solemnly swear I have not communicated with any person in violation of tax code section 41.66.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66.
I, Kathy Hopper, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with a person in violation of tax code section 41.66.
Bill Duck, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66.
I, Scott Wagner, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
My name is Amy Burke. I do solemnly swear or affirm the testimony shall present the appraisal review board of the Aransas County Appraisal District. I'll read the property owner's affidavit into the record.
Oh. Stop it. Stop it.
All right, this is account 25009. The owner's name is Nealon Keith of Peterson, Virginia. The address 18217 Labor Drive, Austin, Texas 78738. J Harris 645@hotmail.com. Property in question is 11 Curlew Drive, Rockport, Texas 78382. Reasons for protest selected are values unequal compared with other properties, and the evidence is described as being 1. The statement of facts or argument is as follows. Attached to the summary of comparable properties provided in CAD evidence package, showing improvement values and values per square foot. Although land values are not an issue in this protest, it should be noted that 4 of the comparable properties have some superior views compared to the 11 Curlew Drive. It is requested that the improvement value of the subject property, ID number 25009, 11 Curlew Drive, be adjusted to $1,050,420, or $205 per square foot, which is the average square foot value of the comparable properties shown in the attached summary. Section 6, hearing time says I do not intend to appear at the hearing either in person or by telephone conference call. And section 7 says it was signed and notarized, Aransas. What else we got?
Yeah.
So here's our comps, looks like, they say CAD comps, so I'm assuming, if I'm understanding them correctly, these are our comps as well. We got 11 Curlew, 1893 Bayshore, 38 Blue Heron, 38 Flamingo, 65 Curlew, and 12 Edgewater. And then the comments on them say that Blue Heron is more open view than the subject. 38 Flamingo has a view of Little Bay. 65 Curlew has a nice view of Little Bay next to something. Next to George Strait. And 12 Edgewater Lanes has a nice view of Little Bay. I don't know if a view of George Strait you can advertise. I have a folder. Next one. Next page, is that it?
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, that's it. So that gives a median value per square foot of $205 for the improvement. And that's where they're getting what was their, remind me what their requested number was? $1,050,000. Okay,
All right, newest, like newest.
let's look at our end.
Yeah.
You can flip that thing up. It doesn't actually. Little paper. There's a lot. All right, this is 25009. Last sale price was 2020. So last year was purchased for $1.66 million. The last value last year was 1.19. There it is. I like it. I like it. Okay, we are 1.54. You know what, I'm going to read this. It says, a stunning coastal paradise worthy of Architectural Digest and the most discriminating buyers. This home is a rarity in design and elegance, located in exclusive unit-free Keel Lake. Picture yourself in this luxurious waterfront home, custom designed to enhance Keel Lake's outdoor lifestyle. Almost 5,000 square feet of living space, located in the finest quality. That's pretty cool. Pretty
listing.
flowery. That's incredible. That's incredible. There it is.
Mhm.
All right, so the subject is. It is. It is the penultimate house on the. Go down Curlew past Whooping Crane, it's the second house. Pretty deep in the canal. Water flows across the island. All right, the sale of the subject is obviously the first comp. There's no adjustments needed. 1.66, or really 1.67 million dollars. 1893 Bayshore is a 7 ST minus. So we're comping this because it's a 7 ST. Notice the land value is like $180,000 different. The value of the land and the situation, the location is in the land. Typically doesn't track with the improvement, supposedly. That's just not typically how it's done. All right. Last one is on 38 Blue Heron. There's also 7 ST plus. So class-wise, we're just in the same ballpark. And it's for the purchase for $1.4 million, $10,000 shy of that. Indicated value for the subject ends up being the median of $1.547 million. $2,000 over amount. And equity, I forgot, they're only protesting equity, but we had Q1, Q2, I don't know, 6 and 11 is any other action for the two agreed to.
11 is property description is incorrect.
Okay.
And Q6 is exemption was denied, modified, or changed.
Got it. Okay. Equity grid is going to be other properties. These are 7 SF properties, and other one is Flamingo. Another one on Curlew, 7 SS on Curlew for 1.69. So a little close on that one. Equity wise, it's nice one.
Sorry, my mouth is sticking.
12 Edgewater is a 7 ST plus, exact same class as the subject. You can see our net adjustments on these are pretty much, they're less than the adjustments on them. So these things are very good equity cost. Our equity value is low, so we're at 1.512. And the subject is at 1.545. So this must be one of the higher value properties on the street, because it's going to warrant equity adjustment. There, Jackie, you can go back to the equity.
Yeah,
They're gonna
sorry.
want that. You got 1512789.
Mhm.
Okay, that's it. Oh, and as far as go to the property code. Let's check the description of the address and stuff. And then we need to open the account. This is 11 Curlew Drive, and the property owner's address matches what's on the affidavit. Go to images and see if there's any kind of letters or anything talking about an exemption under EX for all. So we don't have anything in our records saying there was even an attempt and an exemption being applied here, and the subject property owner's address is an offset.
And the sales price was north of your assessed value, correct?
Correct, yes. Yes.
I would look at, their argument. The argument was price was good.
But the page 1,664.
But I would look at maybe one there in the middle, and look at the board and see if it matches up. See if it credence to it. Gee.
Yeah, just to do that, let's look at property ID 25116. It's on Curlew. It's one of the newer ones. It's 2016. It has 5,385 square feet. So it's a large house. Yeah, I think there's. Yeah, see, it's right up there
It's
too.
all of these extra
Things that-
things. It's the fact that there's all this other stuff. The attached garages, porch square footage, all that stuff is going, they have an economy of size at that point on their main area. But that's what it is. It's why we don't do price per square foot after accounting for land. It's a slightly different class, as you can see. The was built 2016. I'll point out the property owner didn't do abstracted price per square foot in the main area when they bought it. So.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So I'm going to make a motion then on case ID 2021-1347, count 25009. When considering Q1 incorrect appraised market value, Q2 equity value. No evidence was given for Q6 by the homeowner. Exemption denied, modified, or changed. Nor Q11 property description is incorrect. So on that basis, I move that we lower the 2021 assessed value from $1,545,200 to $1,512,780.
All in favor?
Aye.
Closed.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
We We are having technical issues with the Amazon Drive. So I can make paper copies for everybody if y'all want to, or we can just look at it on the wall. Okay. And on this one, they have two. I put them on one affidavit. But one of them, they are agent not of record. I don't know if she said
I need to go look and
Lucky
see.
numbers on
Let me go check my
Yeah,
email. real quick.
Jackie's gonna go see who she was supposed to be sending the agent.
There's
Sorry,
no
it is.
agent form.
Case number 969 and 972. One we're gonna start with is going to be 972. Thread Grill Properties to
So if we don't have an agent form, tell me which one is it?
the other one. The 969. It's Young. The name on it is Young.
If we
But
have
Jackie's looking right now
yeah,
at
if
her
we have an
email.
agent form, then we need to take them off.
Did you want to wait and see if we have it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll be right back.
There's two properties, but only one of them has an AOA.
It's a ton of it. So, must be somebody. Yeah, the village. Yeah. I mean, Dave, he does, he seems like he works on it. Oh. Right. You're the one that just does properties all over the town. Yeah. You like, there's about 150 sales in 1 year's time. You don't have to go all over.
Software.
I said he's paying 19,000.
What was it, 1900?
No, he said 19,000.
I was thinking about that the other day. I used to do a lot of hazardous material release model. And there's sophisticated software and simple software. When you have really simple software that doesn't account for a lot of things, yeah, the answers would be 50 plus or minus 36. Yeah, that's an answer that's not useful. So.
Our industry was limited in proprietary software packages. The big ones were ADP, EDS, Reynolds and Reynolds was another big one. And they've supplied you with the accounting that's required for sales, for service, for body shop, for parts inventory and sales, and then the accounting software that ran everything. And they've provided with the hardware, the cabling, the whole package and the supports daunting. So you paid, you might pay $4 million for the package, and they were charging 30 grand, 35 grand, depending on how big it was. They charge average $35,000 a month for this software. A month. And it was incredibly expensive. And it became one of the largest expenses after interest on $25 million inventory. So brother out to Vegas on the NAV National Association. So we started with the simplest damn software that would do what we needed.
Yeah.
We found a system that was in its infancy, that was trying to get started.
Okay.
And it was so simple for posting, so simple, internet-based for updates. Use $1,500 a month. We were running 9 stores off this one side.
Yeah.
And I could pick up the phone, I call somebody, and get an answer. And they would like send me.
Yeah.
That's just everything you just said, and we just have one left,
Basically.
and that's gonna be 972.
So 969 did not come through.
They settled.
Okay,
They just settled with their-
Form and
oh,
you want this?
972.
so
Paper copy.
972.
Yes,
969 is out.
yeah, I just settled that one.
This is the deep cut.
So you're gonna nail it out.
Yeah, yesterday. We're waiting on that.
Yeah.
Because we have a, so we're gonna have to. Okay.
Yeah, all those shows.
So it's
For
the
us,
Sarah.
Go find whatever.
And what was that?
Yeah.
That's it.
Do the training, take it.
Mhm.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yep.
Opening hearing on case 2021-972, account 58513. This hearing is being recorded.
They have on the paperwork here Q1, Q2, Q6, Q7, Q8, and others that you can't see, but it looks like. Let me just read this letter. The attached list of accounts is being protested for tax year 2021 as being over market value, unequal appraisal, Q2, modifications or cancellation in exemption, ag use, or other special appraisal. That would be Q8. So it looks like Q1, Q2, and Q8. Read the from the protest letter.
Okay? We, the appraisal review board, will be hearing the protest. In our Western Appraisal District, we are appointed to perform an independent review of the project. Protester has the right to appeal our decision. Full information will be provided to the protester with our determination. In accordance with tax code section 4145H, all written material is assumed to have been provided with the affidavit. ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Charles Harris, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
I, Robert Dave, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66.
I, Kathy Hoffman, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with the person in violation of tax code section 41.
I, Bill Duck, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66.
I, Scott Wagner, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of tax code section 41.66F.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
Things in Burke, I do solemnly swear to affirm the testimony shall present to the appraisal review board from Aransas County Appraisal District is proven correct. I'll read the property owner's affidavit of evidence into the record. Account 58513, owners Threadgill Properties 2 LLC, 102 Sendera, Bermuda, Lakeway, Texas, 78734-291. Properties 2711 Highway 35 North, Country Club Square, Commercial Block A, Lot 4R. The reasons for protest selected is value unequal compared to other properties. The evidence is described as being one packet. It says on the basis of unequal appraisal in accordance with Texas State Property Code 4236.3, we found 13 that are similarly situated in the same general kind of character that suggests the property is overappraised. Thus, we recommend a value of $849,750. Please turn your attention to the uniform and equal section of the appeal summary in our packet. Most respectfully, property tax consultant. Section 6, the hearing type selected is phone, and this affidavit and the evidence submitted with it may be used for the hearing if they do not appear in person at the hearing, which is what's happened, so that's what we're doing. The affidavit was signed and notarized in there. The appeal summary has a property, and it shows we have a value of $970,750. and their equal and uniform value is 849,700. A lot of property. Wow. 815 Broadway, 201 North Fulton Beach Road, 106 Fulton Beach Road, bunch on Highway 35 North, Gulf Gate Boulevard, 35 North. So the median value per square foot, 7432. And that's where the property value 850 comes from. Put it on the map. This software gives a map. Yeah, that's okay. So we got one in Holiday Beach, and then I don't know what kind of buildings these are. Go back up. Does it have building class codes on there? One more. Yeah, it does. Okay, so these are all. This might be every RS class property in Aransas County. RS is restaurant buildings. Very inconsistent as far as what the restaurants that are not RS buildings. You can see they're kind of all over the place as far as how they're described. You got DG plus of CA, DA minus DL, CG of DA, DV, all kinds of restaurants. So there's a million little adjustments to be made, but they're just saying per square foot based on other restaurants, 850.
This Pizza Hut or Taco Truth?
Yes, let's go into our evidence. This is Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut was independently owned, or not independent, sorry, it was owned by the franchisee who owned Pizza Hut. They own their building and they own their land. They did 2 years ago. They did a sale lease back. They sold the property to a franchisee, new operator, and they're leasing it back to a new property owner. It's right here. So they still are running the Pizza Hut here in Rockport, but they don't own their land. It's pretty normal for people that are about to leave the market. So let's go to our evidence. Okay, so this did transact in 2019. Oh, well, it's a market sale and there's lease back and there's goodwill and Pizza Hut. Of course, it's commercial sale. Commercial sales prices are not. Last year's value was what? Go back up. I think last year. 892. All right, and this year it was 970. This usually gets settled every year. The property owner, I need to get either their sale price or their lease amount. It's really good data to have. Understand Pizza Hut, all the rest of that stuff. They sent us their lease. They asked for it, and they sent it to me. And the part that has their lease rate on it has a posted. So I was like, that's the only thing I wanted. You need to know Mary Fred Bill's address. But they said they don't send it to us. They don't send it to their tax agent because it's probably high. There's a lot of fear that they're gonna, we're gonna go crazy with their rent. But anyways, so the next count, next evidence. We've got sale prices. So the Popeyes was a sale in 2014 for $974,000. Again, was commercial properties. Sales are not. Other stuff going into it. That's why we do income. If sales are the best, we do sales, but income. So the 205 35 North is a commercial sale of a restaurant building that is how many square feet? Half as big for $300,000. It's 2016. So the next one. And the property that used to be Starbucks and then Burger King and now it's Chicken Place sold for $1.6 million with a strip center in the back. So the value of the restaurant in the parking lot and how it's situated is all mixed in there. Yeah, it's very mixed in there.
What's the difference between CC and DC?
CC is consideration commercial, so that's just what's on the deed of trust.
Okay.
And DC is verified commercial. So we have paper telling us what this number is. The equity grid shows $1 million for the equity. Really quick, let's just look at we've got this thing. So we've got KFC at 719. We've got this building at 353. And 2 more restaurants, we've got 445 and 728. So let's really just think about this as like appraisal. We've got some sort of fast foodie restaurant places. This used to be a Dairy Queen, now it's a Bistro, a Popeyes, a Pizza Hut, and a KFC. These should all be pretty similar. I mean, it's real estate. Like, I don't care what they're doing with it as far as brand. The values on these, we've got 970 on this one, 720 on the Popeyes. No, you're fine. 720 on the Taco Bell, 445 on the Bistro, and 730 on the Popeyes. It's all over the place. So, anyways, let's go to the next thing. This is the sales ratio report for commercial frontage. And, we don't look at this much, but our number is 93%. So across the board, we're low in commercial stuff. This number right here is what tells you the range of your values or your value. You know, if it says you're at 100%, but if one's at 200 and the other is at 1, and it's like 100%, great job, right? But you're way off on both of them. That's what this measures. And the COD is really high. So we're all over the we put our income.
A lot of these are not restaurant properties.
Just one of them was not currently.
Can you scroll back up?
Yeah.
One page. I saw a bunch on.
Oh, and this is commercial frontage. So this is like any kind of commercial property stuff that's situated where there's no zoning in Rockport, so you can do whatever you want. You could buy this Pizza Hut and move it. But this goes to show. I mean, our values are better on income value stuff than cost and market value commercial frontage properties. Because
So is there much value to this sale report? Based on the fact that it's.
this gives you context for like how our overall performance is. And it's like we're meeting our legal obligation to do a mass appraisal, but it's probably going to get real messy if you look at it really close or over time. So this is not valued on income. So go up. I will. Oh, you were asking. You're asking about this. Yeah. Their requested value was like 850, and they presented no evidence to justify that, other than their price per square foot thing. But I don't mind 850. I really don't. I think that's fine. Less than what? Yeah, I know, but I mean, these people need to give us some data to work with. I need something to work with. I can't be making arbitrary changes without having it. So when I do to them, I got to do to every other property.
You still met both sales and equity.
Right. So we presented our evidence for sales and equity. They presented their evidence for equity. And I'll leave that up to y'all. I don't know. I may end up finding out when I get good data that this place is worth over $1 million for just dirt in the building. I may find that out, but I don't know. And it wouldn't shock me for it to be as low as 850 because there are some around here that are really nicely situated, pretty new buildings, and they have active things in their lease that the tenant can buy it. So, but that may be a fluke, and those may be the lowest things around. I don't know.
How far has this been depreciated?
Let's find it. Let's go to page 2, the property card.
Oh,
81%. So since 2011. So we built in 01, effective age 2011. And the effective age is increased in 2019 because it's remodeled.
So, we'll sort of zoom through their grid thing. There's two properties that I have to catch my eye that were close by and close in that 800 and something value.
Okay, great.
2005 Highway 35. I don't know anything about it, but 2005 Highway 35 was 875. Uh,
Yep.
He's in sales. Okay. I don't, Hawkins?
I don't know.
I don't think it is. I think there's a.
So the numbers-
Ah,
Title Max.
This is actually, so it's Title Max right now. but
It's
it-
the old.
Yeah, no, this used to be Golden.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Hawkins owns it.
Hawkins is next door
But they bought it.
and they have,
What you
yeah.
said.
They
and
bought it
have-
when it was a wreck.
They're in it and they have a tenant that used to be Golden. My mom used to play there.
What's the square footage difference in that?
That's not a restaurant.
I know,
It's not, it
but
could
it's-
be, but it's not, and I would say this building is worse than the Pizza Hut.
Okay, yeah. Much worse.
It's been
Okay, the
had
second
some-
one is what, did we just do 2005? Yeah. Okay, 2405, I will say. That's the only two I wrote.
631.
Yeah.
There you go. Great, I'm glad we looked this up. This is the one I was actually talking about. That one has a stipulation in their lease. The tenant can purchase the building for $850,000. It's kind of weird because their
What's the
rent
number?
is, their rent on this place is like $6,000 a month. So why don't they just buy it? This is Tequila Jalisco.
It's one right in front of Walmart.
Tequila Jalisco.
Chili's.
Or Walmart. It was Chili's and K-Bob and that was.
Mhm.
In front of Walmart.
So again, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense why they haven't bought it, if they can pay that much in rent. I don't know, but just need more data. So
We'll go back to their, what's the square footage?
3,900. And also being anchored by Walmart is huge for commercial property.
Mhm.
Huge. What's it valued at? $850. It's a settlement every year because there's a transaction. It's not really a market transaction.
Can we look at their evidence again? Go up to the summary.
And their property is 3,360 square feet. So it's a little bit smaller than the one we just looked at.
Land area is bigger. Yeah. 35,000 versus 60,000.
This is on sale, right? Near, go down further.
No, this is just our value. If it was sale, then the number would be asked.
The, somewhere I wrote down 889, 290. Somehow this,
That was last year.
oh,
It's
okay,
889,
okay.
849,
Yeah, you're right, you're right.
715 is what there's.
That's 850. Yeah, okay, thank you for that.
I'm gonna make a motion then on case ID 2021-972, account number 58513. When considering Q1 incorrect appraised market value and Q2 appraisal ratio exceeds the median level of appraisal equity value. Concerning Q6, Q7, and Q8, no evidence was given by the property owner's agent for those protests. I move that we lower the 2021 assessed value from $970,750 to $850,000.
All in favor?
Aye.
That it?
Mhm.
That's it.
Motion to adjourn?
Move that we adjourn today's
Happy
meeting.
Saturday.
No. That's it.
Yeah, we're good.
Good till Monday.
Do I have a second?
Thought we did.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, you second. Are we still here?
Let's see, it's 9:30 on Saturday. It could have been-